Hi everyone, I hope we're all doing really well. Greetings from beautiful Tulum. Today I'm going to be talking about the easiest, most fastest way of getting into alignment and generally explaining the power of alignment. It's literally the key to manifestation and the key to life. I know from my personal experience of getting into alignment and staying in there steadily for months, it was like a year and a half where it was just non-stop alignment, and I just kept on getting things left, right, and center. You hear that word being thrown around all the time, alignment, the vortex. I'm gonna be telling you from someone who experienced that, what it is and how you can get into it, most importantly, and it's actually very easy. So let's get into it, but before we do, you are more than welcome to subscribe. On this channel I talk about all things self-development, so if that sounds good to you, I would love to have you here. Alright, so what is alignment? What is the vortex? Alignment to me is purely living in the best possible way that you can, moment to moment to moment. You feel good, you feel happy, you know exactly what to do at the exact right time. Everything always seems to be working out for you. You don't have to try too much, you don't have to work too hard, but somehow seamlessly, without you even lifting a finger, everything just keeps coming to you. You are led by inspired action. You think of one thing, I want to earn $10,000 a month, and you get an opportunity, and because your mind is open and you're receptive and you are in alignment, you are with the flow of your life instead of working hard and being resistant, you are open to those pathways of opportunities. People just somehow seamlessly always want to help you. Everything always just goes your way. Whatever happens that is wrong, you don't even look at it as wrong. You look at it as something to either build what you want more, so contrast, as Abraham Hicks says. If you experience something that you don't want, well, that's great, because it's literally just telling you what you can ask for that isn't that, right? Rappers, for example, when they're like, I wish I had that hunger when I was just starting out.
Just smoking weed, just watching old videos, when I was 18, 19, just to get the feel of how I felt that day and get like my hunger. Like I might have had $6 in my pocket that day or $25. I can remember from what I had on that day, all that footage. I'm like, damn, I was broke. You need to turn up and have that hunger that you had right here. And that's what kind of I was doing for like Expensive Pain. I got a lot of new flows, and like some of the songs that sound like I'm hungry because I went back into the mode of like where I was at before I got on kind of.
Yeah. It's kind of like that, like feeling that contrast. You know what you want because you don't have it, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit of that, but it's mostly just going into the path of least resistance, doing what makes you happy, and from that literally attracting every single thing that you want that you haven't even maybe necessarily thought about, but it just comes to you so seamlessly. Okay, I'm literally just gonna put a clip of Abraham Hicks because she explains it, or they explain it to the best of the way that I've heard in my experience, so I'm gonna put that here.
A vortex is a vibrational state of being that is the precursor of all positive motion forward of all that is. It's like encapsulated, condensed, straight up source. It's pure positive energy. It's the holding tank. It's the anchor. It's the touchstone. It's the place where all dreams and wishes and hopes are held.
Like, to me, it is like that exactly, but it's so much more than that. Think of what is one thing that you really love to do. It can be literally playing computer games. It can be playing your favorite sport. It can be going out with your best friend. Literally just pick anything. And I'm not talking about the feeling that you get when your ex texts you, or like the feeling that you get when your crush texts you, like that egotistical feeling. Like, to me, it's editing. When I'm editing, I'm in the flow state. Time goes by really quickly for me. I'm just having the time of my life, and I'm getting so many results from that. And it feels like I'm literally in a canoe going downstream. My hands are up, I'm barely doing anything. The stream is just leading me to exactly where I want to go. Think about a time when you went on vacation with your favorite person and you were just really happy, and somehow everything just kept turning out super well for you. There was a man that greeted you that said, hey, do you want to go to this exhibition as well, free of charge? Things just literally just happen, and then you go there and then you see literally the best thing ever that you've been thinking about wanting to go to see, and everything is just going right and everything's perfect, and you're not questioning yourself because it's like your body is doing the work, but it's you. But it's like you don't have to ask anyone, should I do this, should I do that? It's just flowing through you. Things are working out, everyone is saying yes. You don't have to ask or question, am I doing this right, am I doing that right? You just know, right? It's like seeing your favorite apartment, you just know. Looking for a puppy and seeing the right one, you just know. Seeing a partner that literally you've talked to so many people and you've been on so many dates, but then talking to that one person and just having that inner knowing. Do you know what I mean? That is alignment. And every single time that you feel like that, you put yourself more into alignment. I used to be super indecisive and I wouldn't know what to do about anything really. I mean, Libra vibes. But when I started getting into alignment, I was led to the path of least resistance, to the path of doing literally every single thing that I needed to do, and that creating the most results. Whereas if I logically went down another path, it may have worked out, may have not, but it would have been so much more effort, and who knows if it even would have produced, you know, any results. And it may not even make any logical sense, but you just know within yourself that I feel so good in doing this, so I'm just going to fucking do it. That's when you're in alignment, and that's when things just easily come and flow to you. Think about if you're doing a presentation at school or at work, or even if you're a YouTuber and you've made a couple of videos before. Just think about this, right? The contrast of getting something assigned to you that you're not very passionate about. You don't really know much about it. You could research, of course, and you will, but it's not really, you know, emitting any feeling. You're just gonna do it because you have to, right? Whereas if it's something that you're super passionate about, like for example, Roe versus Wade, you need to set a timer because you can keep going on and on and on without even, I mean, you can do research, but it's just like easy research because it's interesting for you and it's your passion. Your manifestations come 10 million times faster, easier. You don't even have to lift a finger. I've been going to the gym for a very long time. There are moments where even the thought of going to the gym literally makes me want to vomit. There's other times where I can't stop thinking about the gym and it's the only thing that I think about. That's not a coincidence. So you are acting out of inspiration when you are going to the gym and you're inspired, and things just go by so easily for you. When you're not inspired, you feel like you're literally going up a stream on a rowboat and you are putting in so much effort, but it's like no matter what you do, things still feel like they're not working out, and it's so frustrating, and it just keeps on getting like that because you keep perpetuating that. I am on vacation right now and I have a gym here and I want to go to the gym. I love going to the gym and I can't stop thinking about going to the gym because I am again re-inspired. And people who are like, oh, you can't be inspired all the time, you have to be disciplined. Fuck that logic. You can always be inspired. It's called taking inspired action and being in the vortex and being in alignment. I could literally have 10 hours of sleep. I could be so energetic, but if I'm not inspired to do something, if I'm not in alignment to do something, you couldn't get me to the gym. I started manifesting like I look just like this person that's like super fit. And when I started manifesting that, it's like I started getting on my YouTube recommendation list this specific YouTuber, Chrissy Keller, sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, and she has millions of subscribers, but I have never in my damn life even heard of this woman. And I started watching her videos, and something about her videos, the way that she explained concisely and clearly and precisely how to do each workout, it just really revolutionized, because I have been doing great workouts but they've all been very much the same, and she's really pushed me so much to the edge of wanting to do her specific workouts and pushing myself and doing heavier weights. And it's like, do you know how many YouTubers say the exact same thing? Do you know how many YouTubers say that? But it's like, they didn't really affect me. I didn't want to do the workouts that those YouTubers told me to do. I did the workouts that this person told me to do, and I got inspired from that because it was her, because it was how she talked, it was how she did the workouts. Same thing with Leanna Deeb. I absolutely love her. I now have a playlist of hers that I could sit for hours trying to find the perfect gym workout playlist, and I could never find it. Her playlist is literally the best. I can't stop listening to it. It makes me so much more inspired to keep working out. You manifest, and if you're on the path of least resistance and you're just allowing things come to you and you get re-inspired by those things and you're just working with the universe, and life is just so much easier like that. And when you're in that energy, things go by so much quicker. Your manifestations come so much faster. I'm talking minutes. I'm not talking months or days even. Another example is making YouTube videos. For example, this video completely cancelled out on me. I was inside, as you saw, and I was filming for 20 minutes and time flew by because I'm in alignment right now with making these kind of videos. This is what is exciting to me, even though it makes no logical sense. Like, I'm a fucking filmmaker. I'm deputy head of video at Daily Mail. I make self-development YouTube videos. This is self-development, but it's manifestation. Like, it makes no logical sense, but I want to do it, right? And that's what gives me more energy to do it, because I want to do it and it's inspiring. And then from that inspired action, because I'm inspired and I have a clear mind, I'm gonna have more inspired action to do what it is that I'm wanting to do. All of these things are going to like overfill and flow and get me to where I want to go, to like the goals that I have set for myself. Does that make sense? Right now, I'm not in the fucking mood to talk about weight loss. I don't want to fucking talk about weight loss. I don't want to talk about weight loss. I don't want to talk about Daily Mail. I don't want to talk about relationships. There's just something about like all of these things that I'm talking about, just really, I'm in alignment, and time is just flowing by so fast. I'm having the time of my life just sitting in this area and talking to you guys about alignment. I feel like my energy is just replenished, even though I already said all of these things, but can you see my energy right now? When you're in that space, the universe is literally unlimited. Like, everything is unlimited. Technically, in the 3D on paper, it looks like I'm putting in so much energy and oh my god, she's working out when she's on vacation. But to me, I feel like I'm not lifting a finger. It just feels like the next natural process for me, because that's what I've manifested. I want to lose weight, and so the universe has given me inspiration, and now that I'm doing these things at the gym, it's easy for me. I worked out 2 hours today and it was like nothing, and it was so much fun, and I had like literally the time of my life. When you walk out, there's like a big Mexican flag and there's like eagles flying around, there's like trees all over the place. Absolutely beautiful. If I wasn't in alignment, that would feel fucking insane to me. I would never in my life, I have never in my life worked out on vacation. Ever. Another thing, I literally just got a message from someone being like, oh, it doesn't even look like you've like left your hotel yet. And I'm like, okay, and so? Listen, it's literally all about what makes you happy. If I don't feel like fucking going out of my hotel right now, I'm not gonna fucking do that. Firstly, I'm manifesting raising my pinky finger and just being able to travel and not having it be such a big deal. And so if it's not such a big deal, why would I care if I'm sitting in my Airbnb? There's more where that came from, right? I'm just chilling. I'm always chilling. Things just always easily come to me. When I was in JFK, everyone looked super stressed. This was 2 days ago when I was coming here. And I literally just was in a flow state, and I just did whatever happened. I followed the path of least resistance, and I was rushing, but I was also very relaxed, and I did like the self check-in, and I didn't end up picking a seat for myself. And for some reason, if I had to pick, I would have had to pay, and I just didn't feel like doing that. So I was kind of rushing, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm just following the path of least resistance, and it's hard for me to pick right now. So I'm not gonna pick my flight seat, because it looks like I'm gonna have to pay, right? I'm showing my plane ticket to the person that's meant to lead me to the plane, right? They're like, oh, please step aside, like you didn't get your assigned plane ticket, so now we have to do it manually for you. And I didn't even think like, oh, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm like whatever. I'm like, literally everything that's happening is happening for a perfect specific reason. I literally waited and they gave me a priority pass with extra leg room. I was on the window seat. I was seated next to the nicest married couple from Jersey. Side note, why is everyone from Jersey super nice? That's just been my experience. I have so many people at Daily Mail from Jersey. When you know that you're in alignment, you just know because everything is working out for you and you don't have to make any decisions. The decisions that you make just feel like natural paths. So inspired action, basically. I kind of laugh at people that are like, oh, manifesting, it's like you don't even want to do anything. Like it's all about action. It is about action. I 100% agree with that. But when you're in alignment, going back to the example of the gym, it looked like I was doing action. I was putting in action, but to me, it felt like I was just raising this book. Flow. Haha. This book is absolutely brilliant and literally what I'm talking about in this video. So that's another sign. I was forcing myself to apply to all of these jobs. It felt forced. When I got into alignment, I just got this inspired action, like I should email this person at Daily Mail US. They told me yes, ahead I went, right? So when you're in alignment, you know exactly what to do. My internal guidance system tells me what to do. I know what's right for me. Maybe that's not right for you, but I have my goals. I have what I want to do on this planet. I know what I want to do in this current present moment. I know how I'm feeling right now. If I want to sleep or if I want to go out and do the most, that's for me to decide. You don't get to tell me what I fucking want to do. So when you start following your happiness, you're going to have a clear mind. You're going to open that channel of happiness and positivity because you're literally doing what you want to do. And in turn, you're going to be getting this inspired action to keep doing what it is that you're meant to do. And so, what do you need to do to get into alignment? Yesterday, I was talking to my friend and I was laying on that hammock right over there. It was so chill. And she is literally the most aligned person that I have met. She inspires me. We went to California at the start of the year. She's Australian, Greek, and she visited me when everyone was like, oh, but it's COVID. She visited me and she was like, oh yeah, like she does what she wants. She's totally in alignment. She doesn't even realize it because she's not really spiritual like that. That's a whole other thing. Like you can be in alignment without even realizing it, because you're following your happiness and you're just focusing on the positives, right? And she was asking me advice because she's been feeling lost, and I hope that she's okay with me sharing this. I'm not naming names and I don't think no one will like really know who I'm talking about here. But she was asking me for advice, and I, without saying, oh, you have to be in alignment, I told her these exact words that I'm going to tell you now. And she's like, Rita, it's the best advice that I possibly can get. To me, that just feels like she fell out of alignment, and that's okay. So this is what I told her. Every single moment of your life, every single second, so right now, you're with me in this moment, right now, and right now, right now, and right now, and right now, and right now, and right now. Every single moment, not even second, moment is a brand new start. It's a brand new beginning. That's the good and bad side of alignment, because once you get into alignment, you think that it's like getting a degree and you just have it and that's it. You can fall out of alignment as easily as you can get into alignment. You can be in alignment for 3 years. Something can happen and you'll just be chucked out just like that. You have to literally do what it is that I'm about to tell you right now, and it's the easiest thing, and you're going to be so mad at me for saying this, but it's the truth. Are you ready? And please listen to me. At every single moment, I don't care what happened a moment ago. How do you feel right now? What do you want to do? What is the number one thing that you want to do right now? Right now. Right now. And it can change moment to moment. But what is it that you want to do right now? You can tell me, Rita, Literally, I have an exam, I have an assignment due in a week. Literally all I want to do is go on TikTok. My love, I hope you know what I'm going to tell you. Watch TikTok. It's literally as easy as that. By you watching TikTok, you're doing something that makes you happy. So once you're finished with TikTok, you have a happier mood, right? Moment to moment, do things that make you happy, but keeping in mind that you're doing this for your alignment and that you are progressing up the vibrational scale. You may be watching TikTok right now, but because of that, you're going to feel so much happier. Your mood is going to be lifted. You've laughed at a couple of jokes. The next thing you're going to want to do is going to be a small step up from that. It's going to be watching a YouTube video, but it's a self-development YouTube video or whatever. It doesn't even have to be like that. Your journey is your journey. I'm at a low point. You're telling me to go to the gym? Absolutely fucking not. So you have to follow the path of least resistance. The next thing is eliminating everything that you think about negatively and only focusing on the positives. So when you put that hand in hand, following what you love, following your happiness, no matter if it doesn't make literally any sense, like if you want to take a coffee every single morning and you want to do a coastal walk because you live by the beach and that makes you feel good, do that, because from that you're going to get some inspiration, right? Pairing that off with hand in hand, not looking at things negatively, not seeing the negatives. If you see negatives in something, literally just laugh it off as if it's just a joke and that it wasn't even a thing. And I know how hard it can be. It's easier said than done, but once you actually put this into practice and make this something that you do on a daily basis, and I literally practice this still, and every time that I do mindfully do this, everything just lifts off like a rocket. I focus only on the positives, laugh at the negatives, don't even think about them, pretend like they don't even exist. If it's really getting to me, I just visualize the opposite of that. For example, I've been here for 2 days, right? And for the past 2 days, it's been fine. I've been able to freely roam around this backyard. I'm so completely blocked off. Like, as you can see, these walls, like no one can see me, right? All of a sudden, this afternoon, people started working at like this top tower that's super close to me, and it was no one there at all. It was like a complete dead zone. And I just remember for the past 2 days being like, what if, you know, there's going to be people working on constructions, because there's people working on construction all over the place, but this building was like completely empty. It was like the only building that's like high enough to see into my entire Airbnb and like what I'm doing here. And I'm like, I want fucking privacy. Like, I came to Tulum for a fucking reason, right? So it's like, if I see construction workers, and that kind of really upset me, but at the same time, because right now I'm in alignment, I'm just like, I'm ignoring it. I'm not checking to see if they've left. I've literally just visualized this complete like building being completely empty. No one's there. No one's looking at me. No one's ever been there. What are you talking about? Does that make sense? Pretending as if no one's ever there, they've never been there, and just feeling that feeling of like, wow, I feel so at home, I feel so private, I feel so comfortable, no one's looking at me. If you are really thinking about the negatives, if it's in your face, I suggest visualizing, manifesting, letting it go and be like, it's done, it's taken care of. Still to this day, I don't know if tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and they're gonna be working on that construction, but I do know because I manifested it, and it's not going to happen because I manifested it. So the only two things that are so quickly, and it takes you just 1 second, 1 moment, drop everything right now in this moment. What is it that you want to do? Do that. If you see negatives, ignore them. When you see positives, soak in that feeling, amplify it. Right now, I'm in fucking Mexico, Tulum. There's nothing for me to worry about. I am in the best environment. I'm looking at the beautiful trees. I'm not going to be thinking that there's construction workers right over above me. Well, it's nighttime now, so they're not working, but you know, when it's daytime, they can literally look right, it's close, you guys. Am I going to be thinking about that? No, I'm going to be milking the positives. And that's what I'm going to be getting for the rest of my trip. And I will see you in the next video, and I will let you know if that came into reality. Not if, when it comes into reality, because I've manifested it and it's going to happen like it always does, because always everything works out in my favor, and everything always works out in your favor. And I wish you all the best luck getting into alignment. I'm going to be making more videos about this. I literally want to write a book about this. I feel like it's not spoken enough, and it's a real thing. I really felt it for years. Like, it's not a joke, it's not just something Abraham Hicks said, it's not just some crazy person on the internet speaking about alignment. It's something that real life people have went through. When you get in there, you feel unstoppable, and it's like you get literally everything that you want, and it's the best way of living. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys. I hope that this helped you and put some things in perspective. Again, let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions. I would love to answer any and all of them, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Love you. Bye.